Hello everybody, this is Open World Edit with my second part of my tips and tricks for event and video content creation. This time I'm going to cover the best recommended paid software for video content creation. But before we get on to that, I want to go over what we went over last time, just quickly. So last time we went over paint.net. I told you about that. Here's the actual website. Open broadcast software, Audacity, Hypercam, which I'm still using right now to record this, Movie Maker, and we also went over the some sources of royalty-free music. This time we're gonna go over some paid software. We're going to go over Fraps, XSplit, Sony Acid Music Studio, and Sony Acid Movie Studio. Now, the reason why I'm going over this is because those other programs are free, and it's great, but you're limited to the quality of the content you can create. And so if you put aside some money for these other products, you can really create content that is good quality. So Fraps is a video recording software. It records from the actual game or any window that is anything that has full screen. And it does a pretty good job of recording. If you see all my other gameplay footage on my channel, that is recorded with Fraps. And I believe it only costs $37. Actually, that price I think it has increased. I think it's gone up at least $5 since I bought it a few years ago. It was around $32 or something like that when I got it. I have Fraps here. It's licensed to me, and there are different settings. And this is where you'll set up the overlay that'll appear on the screen. It doesn't appear in the recordings, but when you record, it shows you the FPS on the upper left corner or wherever you change it. I recommend you not hide overlay because it goes from yellow to like it is this 99 is here to a red to show that you're recording. If we can. There's a lot of documentation on it. But let's see if I can perhaps. Okay, well, you'll just have to believe me that there is something up here in the upper left corner when you go full screen. So, let's see. To tell you the truth, I didn't even realize it. If you look in the upper left corner of this screen, you see that 4 there. That's actually fraps. Showing this is only one frame because it's a picture, but it has an FPS, and so that's actually what it looks like right over there. That's 4. Didn't even think of that. Okay, so that's fraps, and it records pretty good footage. Close it. Okay. So then, the next one is XSplit. And XSplit is a broadcasting software. It's like Open Broadcaster, but it's actually a lot more powerful. You can download it for free, but you can't use it for streaming or really recording unless you buy a license. And if we look down here, there are 3 different types of licenses. And I don't know the... Let's see. You would do it for personal license. So a 3-month license is probably the cheapest. And then there's a 12-month license, and then a 36-month license. And actually, does it say, talk about the prices? It says here, so the 3-month license is $14.95. The 12-month license is $39.95. So, if anything, you might only be able to afford the 3-month license. The next thing I want to talk about is Acid Music Studio. Now, I got Acid Music Studio for $50 on Amazon.com. I had actually a gift card, thankfully, but it is definitely worth it, and I'll show you why. So let me pull it up. This is Acid Music Studio, and when you install it, let's just when you install it, you're going to there are going to be some tracks that are available for you right away. So these are the tracks that you get right away. And let's actually clear this project. I'm gonna call it new project called example. Okay. But one of the things you're going to see is that you can go onto their website, onto their site, and you will get see, I don't know where it is. Right, you will get one collection for free that you can use. That's what it is. It's collection. These are collections of audio loops. That is what Sony Acid is about. I chose the orchestral collection because orchestral stuff sounds nice, and all of these are audio loops. If I play this, no. These are different audio loops. You want to be careful. You do not want to use. You do not want to use this one because it is a full crack, and Most of the stuff is royalty free. It won't get tagged by the YouTube content ID system. But if you use full tracks like this, it will. It's just a word of warning. So I created the video. I recorded some video footage, and let's create a little something for it. Want something unbeat. So I'm doing this just to show you how it works. So that's a clarinet. That's very lighthearted, but I'm looking for something with a little bit of rhythm. So that's nice. And that has some rhythm. Yeah, that doesn't have rhythm. Let's go to 23. So I think the 26. So that's too big. So 22. And that's too low down. Okay, so that has kind of a rhythm. It's very short. So I'll drag that out. And I'll put it here. Okay. And so that's nice as a beat. So if we play it now, and we'll just take this and we'll copy it along, paste. That's not gonna work, because it doesn't actually fill up a whole slot. So, and that's too long. And that won't work. Copy, paste. Now, unless okay. Okay. And then you can copy multiples of them. And so, okay. We're not gonna, let's keep doing that until we get to 5. Paste, yeah. Oops, no, delete, paste. Okay, so now we want to add to that. Okay. So copy, paste. So that's the second. Okay, now we want to get something. I think I saw. Okay, so. Trying to. So this is all what it's all about. Trying to mix things. And of course I'm looking for upbeat, and that's not upbeat. Okay, so I think this will help you right piece, so we're gonna start this over here. Okay. So the whole thing sounds so we're actually gonna lower the volume of this and raise the volume of this. It's a little too low. So it just requires a little tweaking. I'm gonna copy all of that to here. No. Edit. Copy. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. So that is the so I'm going to take all of this and say edit, copy, and edit paste. Now I may not be the greatest. That didn't work out. Edit, copy, okay. So let's pick something else to go after that. So okay, that is repeating. That's acceptable. And we will get 4 of these, and we will edit copy and then paste. We will paste. So that sounds like it's a little too different. So actually, okay. Okay. So you see how I'm putting a track together by mixing different audio loops. And then just for variety, we will take just to all of this, we'll say edit, copy, paste, no, and then we will take all of this, copy, and paste. And then we'll put a little ending on it. So let's that doesn't sound like an ending. So let's go back to can find the no. It's not easy. It's not easy to find something. That, okay. Let's go back to 20. If I can find the one that sounded. Okay, that's not it. Somehow I think that only is. So this is the whole thing. Okay, so that's it. And you see how these things are put together. Now, I'm not the greatest composer. I think it's a fairly decent job with what I'm given. Obviously, you have more options if you purchase more collections, but of course that's more money spent because you only get one for free. But let's render this as example, that wave, and I'm going to put it with my recorded audio. And save. And it doesn't take that long to save it. And that is Sony Acid Music Studio. It is pretty neat. No, I really don't want to save it. So, I was able to get it for less than that. Right now it's showing $59.95. On Amazon.com, I got it for $50. I think last time I looked, it was going for less, but you may be able to find it through another source, even cheaper. Just so look around. And so that's that. The next one that I want to show you is also made by Sony, and that is the Sony Vegas Movie Studio. And I actually have 11, which is an older version. You may just find that for cheaper, even still. That's not good. No. Anyway, so I'll show you what that does. It's basically a movie editing software that is a lot more powerful than Windows Movie Maker. Here it is, Vegas Movie Studio. I have it version 11, HD 11. And I'm just gonna start regularly. So here it is, and if you notice, this is a lot different than the it has to do a lot more control. Now, as I said, I did record some footage. I keep all my video content footage in one area. Here is my games drive. It's F. It has all my games on it. If you look, it has, that's typo, but there's Steam, and it has all the games. I also have some art, and all my games are installed on this drive. If we go down to the bottom, you see 3 folders. Recorded video, recorded audio, and ready video. Ready video is the stuff that is ready to be uploaded. So there is the first tips and tricks video that I did. When I hit render, I pointed to this folder. These are the stuff that is uploaded to YouTube. So, I do recommend to keep your video organized in a place that you can easily find it. And here is my recorded audio. And here is the footage I recorded. It's a lot easier to find your footage with this software because you don't have to open a dialog box and then look through and then press OK. You can just see your file system right here, and then you can just drag and drop. And it may take a moment. Now this is a recording of me playing the demo of... Hold on a second. There it is. There it goes. I don't know why it took it down. Anyway, so it's demo of YS Origin. And there is no music to it, as well as I didn't talk into it. If we go to props, you see the record external input is still not selected. I am actually going to select it the next time I'm going to want it. But, yeah, so I had this deselected while I was recording this. So that it wouldn't record my voice. And so everything is kept neatly in one area. You can see the whole thing and you can zoom in to part of it. And then you can zoom out again. Now let's say I didn't want, so in this first part of the video, it was just me going through the menu and selecting the character and the difficulty. And then we come to this, which has the instructions. And okay, and then this is the point where the actual gameplay starts. Well, if I didn't want people to watch that whole thing, I could just drag this over here, and then the video would start over here. Maybe I didn't want to do that. So, undo it. Maybe I want to reserve this part so they can see what I'm playing. So what we'll do here is we'll add a cut. No. We'll split, right? So edit is now split. So now what this does is split the videos. So I have this by itself. Then we can go back to the part. And we'll split that. And you can even go frame by frame if you wanted. And it's split. And then we have this, we can just delete. And so if we go to the beginning of this and press play, there's the title screen, and then there's the beginning of the action. I'm gonna want to turn it down a touch because it's a bit too loud. Okay, so now there's another segment later on where I go outside. So let's zoom in here. I really don't want to show this part. So there's really no action, I'm just running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to insert. I'm going to create another split over here. And then I'm going to create another split over there. And I'm going to take that out. So this is something that you could never do in this movie maker. And now that's all that I want to see, show. And so, to keep this together, I'm going to go back to edit and say and I'm going to say edit, create new group. And so that when I move this, this will move all together. Okay. So now, let's say I want to add some music to it. Well, let's pull up the recorded audio. And let's pull up example. And it isn't too long, so let's make the music a little bit louder, because the game is still a little too loud. And so if I wanted to do this whole thing, I could if I wanted to. Find some other music to add to this. I'm not going to do that. And matter of fact, I'm gonna make it a lot shorter. So, in fact, we're gonna take out this first area. No, I forgot to ungroup it. So, we're going to edit, remove, and then we're gonna delete and delete. You can also right click and then bring that together. And then we'll let the music go for that, and this section won't have any music. Actually, let's cut most of this out. So that it's only about 5 minutes long. And then for the last part, we'll have to put another track on that I already have. This will do anyway. So I think that makes for a good end to the video. So it's a 5-minute video, maybe a little less. Let's head over here to the very beginning, and let's put a title. So before I do that, I'm gonna group everything together. And then I like to start out with putting the image of my the icon that I use for my channel. And so on my computer, that's found under video work, thumbnails, and it's open world addict. I drag it right there. That's going to be under the video overlay. And then I add some text. So here we write, click and say, example project for this event for showcasing Sony Vegas Movie Studio. And then I'll put it down to the size that can be seen. Let's adjust it. Okay. And it just has to be long enough for people to read it. So if we start from the beginning, it says my icon. And again, that just needs to be long enough for people to read it as well. So let's start again. There's my icon. There's the title. And then the video starts right away. In actuality, I made a mistake with the grouping. So I want to remove from group so that it starts after you see the title of the game. There's my icon. There's the title of the video. And there is the title of the game. And that's actually a little bit jarring, so I'm going to give it a few seconds and then start it. So again, from the beginning. And to fill up the gap, I will put a copy, paste, and I will put it somewhere in the middle so that there'll be a little wait, and then you'll hear it again, and then you'll hear the final one. And I'm actually going to put this up on YouTube so that you can see how it looks and sounds after it's all done. Okay. And then example Vegas movie studio project. And I'm gonna render it. You could choose the another powerful thing is that you can choose many options for rendering. The Movie Maker does not have that many options, and so again, this kind of video would not have been possible. Doing these things, what I did with this video, would not have been possible with Windows Movie Maker. Adding music track, adding other things, moving things around. Certain things would be possible, it would be a lot harder. This is a lot more powerful program, and I definitely recommend it for any people who want to create video content. So anyway, let's render it as is. And it will take some time to render. And when it renders, it will appear in that. Well, actually, cancel. Let me just make sure. Render. Yeah, so it's set to appear in the ready video. Let's go type it in again. Example project. Using Sony Vegas Movie Studio. Okay. Well, you don't need to watch it being rendered. And matter of fact, with that in mind, if you do some rendering yourself, you could go off to do other things while you're waiting for it. And that's all that I want to show you in this video. I know it was kind of a long one because I was showing you not just programs, good programs, but I was also showing you how it's used, why it was so good, and that to show you why took some time. So again, to recap over what we went through. Props, $37 for recording good quality video. As you saw, this footage is being recorded and is rendered. This was created by Fraps. And if you don't have a great system, we go back into Fraps. You could set it to split that movie every 4 gigabytes if you want to. It makes it a lot harder to put together, but you can do it. Actually, I should have been recording. I didn't realize I wasn't recording at my best. Oops. And so there are many options to make sure that you're getting the best recording. Then I showed you XSplit. I didn't show you the actual program. No. I think I have it installed. Yeah, so this is what XSplit. Give it a second. I'll show you what it looks like. I actually don't have a license for it, so I'm not using it. So yeah, it wants me to get a license. So let's just continue into it to show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. And there's a lot of things you can do with it. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So I won't get into all of this now. There's actually a broadcaster, which I had before. I should have gotten that to show you, but you can download these things and take a look at them yourself without actually paying for the license. You can't do anything with them unless you pay for the license. But anyway, so that's how that works. And I better cut this video now or I'll get this keep going on. Have a good day. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want more detailed, in-depth tutorials on how to do certain things with the different programs, let me know. I'll try to figure something out. But for now, that is all the tips. That is all the tips and tricks for creating good quality video content that I have. Thank you. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you another time. Bye.